5 minutes along. Good evening and welcome to NACTV Bigger Bingo for Wednesday, January 8th, 2025. And before we get started, here are our bingo rules. Our license number is LGCA 6052MBI 45955. One ball will be drawn at the beginning of the session. This ball will be the tuning number for Game 3, the Blackout and 52 numbers. When bingos declare out of more than one number, only those who declared bingo on the earliest number called will be declared winners and eligible to win the prize. Each bingo game will be closed when bingo has been declared and verified by calling the number displayed on the screen. The phone lines are open to receive calls, and it has been announced 3 times that the phone lines are open to receive calls. At least one phone line has been available for calls for 2.5 minutes, and the game is declared closed. No further calls will be accepted with regards to that closed bingo game. Prize money is split evenly among multiple winners with a minimum payout of $25. Final win confirmation occurs when the winners submit their date stamp sheet containing the winning card to NACTV. In the event of transmitting or telephone problems which prevent continuation of play prior to the event's start or at any time during the event's duration, the game will be rescheduled or resumed on the next Wednesday night. Players will keep their cards for the following Wednesday and they will be accepted. Please check the NACTV.tv website or call the office for confirmation of the games to be played. Game 1 is played to a blackout on the gold cards. Jackpot in 50 numbers or less is a minimum of $1,000. After 50 numbers, Game 1 continues to a blackout for a $100 consolation prize. Games 2 and 3 are played on the colored cards. Tonight is purple. Game 2, the X game, has a prize amount of $150. Game 3, which continues from Game 2, is a blackout. Jackpot of 52 numbers or less is a minimum of $500. After 52 numbers, Game 3 continues to a blackout for a $100 consolation prize. If Game 3 is won with the toonie ball number drawn at the beginning of the session, the winner will receive the accumulated toonie pot plus the blackout or consolation prize. Jackpots for Games 1 and 3 accumulate by 50 cents per package sold. When a jackpot is won, the pot will increase from the minimum amount when accumulated sales reach that value from 0. The toonie pot accumulates by $1 per package sold. When it is won, it starts at 0. Prizes must be claimed and checks cashed within 6 months from the bingo played date. A list of the bingo numbers called can be obtained from the NACTV office, and that concludes our rules. Good luck to everyone, and let's get started. First number out. And the number that will be our tuning number for Game 3 is under the 074. 074 is your first number and also our tuning number for Game 3. Under the I-30. I-30. Under the B7, B7. Under the I-27, I-27. Under the N32, N32. Under the I-26, I-26. Under the N40, N40. Under the I-17, I-17. Under the O62, O62. Under the G54, G54. Under the I-24, I-24. Under the N35, N35. Under the G55, G55. Under the B5, B5. Under the O71, O71. Under the G50, G50. Under the N39, N39. Under the B11, B11. Under the N34, N34. Under the N45, N45. Under the I-21, I-21. Under the B3, B3. Under the G46, G46. Under the O61, O61. Under the O64, O64. Under the O67, O67. Under the B2, B2. Under the O70, O70. Under the B13, B13. Under the G48, G48. Under the O63, O63. Under the I-25, I-25. Under the B14, B14. Under the G59, G59. Under the O68, O68. Under the G60, G60. Under the B6, B6. Under the I-18, I-18. Under the N31, N31. Under the O65, O65. Under the O75, O75. Under the I-20, I-20. Under the G51, G51. Under the I-23, I-23. Under the O69, O69. Under the N44, N44. Under the N41, N41. Under the I-28, I-28. Under the O73, O73. Under the O66, O66. And that is your 50th number, so we'll pause here for 2.5 minutes and see if anybody can claim that jackpot of $20,556. The number in the hoop has not been called, so it's not valid, but you can get a head start if nobody calls in to win that prize. 204-476-2639. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. And I have no community announcements for you, so I think we'll just have some silence while we wait for the countdown. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any calls, I declare this game closed and move on to the consolation round for $100. Still looking for a blackout on the gold colored cards. The next number out is under the N37. N37. Under the N36, N36. Under the G53, G53. Under the I-19, I-19. Under the I-16, I-16. Under the B12, B12. Under the N33, N33. Under the G57, G57. Under the O72, O72, that's all your O's. All the numbers under the O's should be covered. Under the G49, G49. And we do have a caller, so we will pause here. Yep. Which number? One before? And nothing's up there then for those other numbers? Okay, N43? What did you say it was? N33. N33. Okay, we have a valid bingo in N33, about 4 numbers back. N33, it's about 4 numbers back. N33, valid bingo, about 4 numbers back. And then we'll be moving on to our purple cards after this to play 2 games. The letter X game, which will be a prize of $150, and our blackout of 52 numbers carried on from the X game on those same purple cards. That jackpot is at $10,813. Last week we sold 138 packages. And our tuning number is 074. So if you bingo on 074 on game 3, the blackout on 52 numbers, that toonie pot of 11,790 would be yours. Unless, of course, you're splitting it with somebody. Because more than one person won. But both phone lines are now open to receive your calls. Both phone lines are open. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I declare this game closed, and we will move on to the purple colored cards. And our winner on the Bonanza Consolation was Darlene Murray of Neepwa, purchasing the cards at NACTV. Congratulations to Darlene. Okay, good luck everyone. On our purple colored cards now, looking for the letter X for a $150 prize. And your first number is under the G57. G57. Under the G48. G48. Under the I-22, I-22. Under the N35, N35. Under the I-20, I-20. Under the I-28, I-28. Under the G53, G53. Under the N42, N42. Under the I-21, I-21. Under the N40, N40. Under the B3, B3. Under the B5, B5. Under the B6, B6. Under the G58, G58. Under the N44, N44. Under the G55, G55. Under the B11, B11. Under the I-29, I-29. Under the N33, N33. Under the N43, N43. Under the O73, O73. Under the B1, B1. Under the G60, G60. Under the G52, G52. Under the B8, B8. Under the O66, O66. Under the I-19, I-19. Under the O67, O67. Under the I16, I16. Under the N39, N39. And we have a caller. We'll pause here. I guess you can see the number. This will be a carry-on game, so we will need that number eventually. But somebody has called in for the letter X, and we do have one phone line open. And the tuning number 074 has not been called yet, so we will. Sorry? 402. That's it? Okay. Can't be 402.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Just waiting on the number. They're not the easiest numbers to read. Sometimes I take a picture of things so I can make it larger so I can read it better on my cell phone. We do have one phone line open. Okay, so that's obviously not it. And
482.
482. That looks good to me. Okay, got a valid bingo on for the letter X.
067.
One number back.
2 numbers back.
067, and they weren't up there. Okay, 2 numbers back. 067, valid bingo for the letter X. O 67 is our valid bingo for the letter X. And both phone lines are now open to receive your calls. And for the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I declare this game closed, and we will move on to a blackout in 52 numbers or less for a jackpot of 10,000. Oops. 813. And our winner on the Big X was Diane Campbell of Neepawa, purchasing the cards at Kinsman Courts. Congratulations, Diane. Okay, blackout in 52 numbers, pots at $10,813. That's what we're playing for now. Next number out on those purple colored cards is under the I-23. I-23. Under the N38, N38. Under the G51, G51. Under the N32, N32. Under the O68, O68. Under the I-17, I-17. Under the N45, N45. Under the O64, O64. Under the B4, B4. Under the O75, O75. Under the B14, B14. Under the G49, G49. Under the N31, N31. Under the O72, O72. Under the O69, O69. Under the I-24, I-24. Under the B9, B9. Under the G56, G56. Under the B10, B10. Under the G46, G46. Under the I-25, I-25. Under the O62, O62. And that is your 50th number, 52nd number. So we'll pause here for 2.5 minutes and see if anybody calls in to win that jackpot of $10,813. Phone number is 204-476-2639. And our tuning number 074 has not been called yet, so there's a good possibility somebody could bingo on that 074, win that tuning pot of $11,790. Of course, anytime our pots are won, it takes us an extra day to determine what the exact amount is, since we do add 50 cents to the jackpot for every car or every package sold for the current game, so that would have to be added in before we would know the actual final value of those jackpots. And for the tuning pot, it's $1 per package sold for tonight's game. Otherwise, checks are usually available to pick up the following day after 1 p.m. Both phone lines are open to receive your call. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further call or any calls, I declare this game closed, and we'll move on to the consolation round for $100. And the next number out is under the B15. B15. Under the N41, N41. Under the O63, O63. Under the I-26, I-26. Under the O74, O74. Under the N36, N36. Under the G54, G54. Under the B2, B2. And we have a caller. So we'll pause here. And we do have one phone line open to receive your calls. 6304. Okay, one number back on G54. Valid bingo on one number back on G54. So we've got one phone line open to receive your calls, and our tuning number was called. What about? I guess nobody won the tuning pot either tonight. Okay, that one froze as well. Find out who won that last game shortly. And both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Both phone lines are open to receive your calls. For the third and final time, both phone lines are open to receive your calls. Not hearing any further calls, I declare this game closed, and that wraps up bingo for tonight. So our winner on that last game, was Jay Wolosky. Apparently he's the Yellowhead Chiefs bingo team. Not sure what that means. Maybe we'll find out when he picks up his winnies. Purchase the cards at Harris Pharmacy. Okay, recapping for tonight's winners. We have Darlene Murray winning the Bonanza Consolation, purchasing the cards at NACTV. The Big X was won by Diane Campbell, purchasing the cards at Kinsman Courts. And the Blackout Consolation was won by Jay Wolosky, purchasing the cards at Harris Pharmacy. Congratulations to all our winners, and thank you all for playing along tonight. Hope you have a great week, and see you next Wednesday.